How important is your health and fitness to you? We show you how you can easily eat healthier every day, how you can improve your fitness and recover much quicker after your exercises and workouts. Families will learn how to optimize their children's health and nutrition. And finally, you will also hear how you live a long, healthy and fit life into your old age. Join us here on It's Your Healthy Lifestyle.
Hello, everyone, and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and I'm super excited. We are coming to you live from our studio in New Jersey in the United States of America. So we have a fabulous show for you today. It's called It's Your Healthy Lifestyle, and our topic is farm or get farmed. What does that mean? We're going to find out from our expert, Mr. Roland Friedl. Let's welcome him to the show. He's joining us from somewhere in his motorhome in Europe. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Dr. JACALYN. Great to see you again. I'm
Great
fine.
to see you. I love the fact that you're traveling all over. I just finished traveling for 2 days, and yet here we are connected from across the world. Where in the world are you, Roland?
Right now, I'm in Austria. Actually, it was my home country. I was raised in Austria, so I'm right here in Austria. Unfortunately, the weather is not as good as I had the last month in the South Europe, but I'm here in Austria for a few weeks. Have some business contacts, meet families, and yeah, streaming from Austria.
That's so cool, Roland. You know what I want to share with our audience is that you and I have been working together. We're friends. You're a great mentor to me. And I said to you a while back, you always look so great. You're not ever seeming to come down with any illness. I know people have had all kinds of things over and over again, yet you are healthy and strong. And I said, what are you doing, man? What's your secret? What did you say?
What's my secret? Good question. A lot of people ask me, but by the way, I will be 60 next year. Well, I'm still in shape. First of all, I'm a happy person. I mean, of course, I face challenges like everyone does every day. Of course, I have challenges. Of course, I have to settle my bills. Sometimes I'm struggling more or less because when you run your own business, you have years and months with a lot of money, then you have less money. So I also have struggles, of course, but it never let me down. I'm very, very solution-focused. So first of all, I live a happy life because I know that happiness comes from inside. I am happy because I want to be happy. I'm not waiting for any external circumstances. One point. The other thing is, I guess I try to live healthy in a way of get a good relaxation, sleep well. I always sleep good. One pillar is a good relaxation. One pillar is of healthy is working out, exercise. I work out, not as much as in my younger days, but I still walk my dogs 2-3 hours a day. I do weightlifting, stuff like that. So I'm working out. That's what I'm doing. I'm always in fresh air, especially since I'm traveling in my motorhome. I'm always outside most of the time when it's not raining. So I'm always in forest or on a lake or at the seaside. I'm always outside in fresh air. I avoid cities. And the last one, most important pillar for me is I found out is nutrition. I always say I try that 80-85% of the food I'm taking in is a good and healthy one. I'm not living an ascetic life. I enjoy occasionally to have a glass of wine. I was just thinking the last one. Yeah, it was a month ago. Yeah. A month ago, on the 15th of April, I had my last glass of wine. So I drink a little bit wine or a gin tonic sometimes, occasionally. I don't smoke anymore. I don't take any pharmaceuticals. I actually no vaccine, nothing. So no pharmaceutical stuff. I try to eat healthy, fresh, organic food. That's what I'm trying to do every day.
It's outstanding. And you mentioned you're going to be 60. And of course, you know, I just turned 60 and I have an active lifestyle as well. And I started on Juice Plus and I made a commercial. I can't believe my nails are growing like weeds and my hair. It's just now I notice my eyebrows are getting thicker. So it's all good. I just thank you so much for sharing that with me.
You're more than welcome. You know, I started with taking Juice Plus in June 1994. Can you imagine? Almost 29 years ago. I take it every day. I'm so happy for this because although I'm trying to eat healthy, but I cannot do it every day, but almost every day, it helps me bridging the gap what I should eat and I'm actually eating. Because, especially when you're traveling, I eat a lot of this stuff, but sometimes, especially when you stay overnight in a hotel, when you eat a fruit salad, a breakfast, it's not always fresh. It's imported from somewhere. And we know that so the fruits and vegetables don't have all the ingredients like when you grow your own stuff. So yeah, I'm supplementing since almost 29 years every day. And people say, why are you doing this? I said, when I started 29 years ago, I said, because I want to stay fit and healthy when I'm in my end 50s and 60s. And I'm now getting closer to my 60. And to be honest, I'm so happy that I started 29 years ago. And I'm so happy that I spent the money. Because, of course, supplements cost money. But I believe it's better to invest the money now in a healthy lifestyle than later on doctors, pharmaceuticals, surgeries, or whatever.
Really good points. And the title of the show is Farm or Get Farmed. So for people who are not understanding what that means, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, what it's meaning, it sounds, especially when you're listening on a radio station or on a broadcast, farming. Farm means grow your own food. Grow your own food, meaning try to get control over your own food. It's so important. I mean, 100 years ago, my grandparents had farms from my mother's side, from my father's side, so they're growing their own food. But most people nowadays, especially in the so-called Western society, living in villages or in big cities, they don't have a garden or they don't have a farm anymore. So they have to go to a supermarket or whatever and buy stuff. And to be honest, sometimes, occasionally, I go to a supermarket. I never buy food in the supermarket, to be honest. I go to the supermarket because when I'm in South Europe, I need bottled waters. Because here in Austria, we have perfect water. I just open the tube. It's just perfect here, especially in the place I'm here now. It's just perfect water. But it's not always in the south, so I buy bottled water. I buy toilet paper at the supermarket, stuff like that. But I don't buy normal food in the supermarket. I try to grow own stuff. I buy stuff that I get directly from farmer markets, from the farms directly. I want to have control over my food because I know that the food I'm taking in, I'm eating and I'm processing with my enzymes in my body becomes part of my body, part in my cells, and I want to have the best ingredients. That's why I say have full control over your food, what you're eating, and the best way to get full control over the food is farm your own food, grow your own stuff. That's what I mean by farm. And if you can't do that, find a good solution. Actually, we're going to talk the next minutes about what other options or alternatives you have. But the best way is growing your own food. Grow what you want, and you have full control about the quality that you're farming.
Excellent. Roland, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm just going to ask you a question that other people out there might be thinking, which is, well, if I'm growing my own food and I'm doing all the right things, why do I need supplements?
Well, that's a good question. The point is when you really eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables and grow them food, that you understand that you need it. And the point is that, I don't know, depending where you live, I mean, when you live in South Asia, or in Florida, and you can grow and harvest the whole year, you're pretty fine. That's one point. Yeah, but most people live in areas with different, with different seasons. And for example, here in Austria, you can grow 4 or 5 months, then it's too cold. So the rest of the season you cannot grow your own stuff. You don't have fresh stuff. That's one thing. And then, to be honest, even when you grow your own food, even when you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, I talk for myself, is mostly you only eat what you really love, what you really enjoy. Is when you make a fruit salad, or when you have as a side dish vegetables, or when you make a salad, or when you juice or a smoothie. Most people, and myself too, I only eat what I really enjoy. But there are some fruits and vegetables that have amazing ingredients, which I absolutely don't like to eat. And that's why I supplement them, because they're in the supplement I'm taking. You mentioned it, Dr. JACALYN Just Plus. There are 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries. And first of all, I don't eat them all. I don't like them all. And I don't eat them all on a daily basis. That's why I'm supplementing.
I love that. And I have to share this, that the supplements from Juice Plus, they are they come in such a pretty package, first of all, and they're attractive to look at, and they smell really good. They smell fresh, like as though that they were just picked.
Absolutely. I remember, the company is producing for the European market in Switzerland, for the US market in California. And there's a chance for distributors. Once in a while, you can book a tour there in the production line. And I remember when I saw it first, everything is optimized, of course. You don't see much, to be honest. But it what really was amazing for me and absolutely convinced me was the smelling, because one of the the production line for Europe is in Switzerland, and the head office once was in Basel. And Basel, I don't know who knows Switzerland and Basel. There are many headquarters of different pharmaceutical companies, and the smelling is not good. It's bad. And then I went to these companies in the south of Switzerland. And as I said, I didn't see much of the fabrication because everything is automized. But the smelling was like you go in a huge market, I don't know, in Istanbul, in these huge markets in Turkey or in Morocco, where all these fresh vegetables are and fruits are. It was the smelling. I said, wow, they're really using fresh fruits and vegetables. It's not artificial. It's not something that they use from oil or stuff like that. No, it's real fruits and vegetables. It's the smelling, and absolutely, when you open the capsule, you can taste it. When you taste the powder, and you smell it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and it's just such a great experience. And I have shared already that I feel the results, the way I feel, the energy I have is a result of this supplementation program. And, I believe in healthy lifestyle also. I think I shared with you yesterday, we were driving 12 hours yesterday and I think 10 hours the day before. And I fasted for 31 hours and I felt really good. I know that fasting is also something that you're supposed to do, but I have to say this morning around 6 a.m., I didn't feel too well. I really felt shaky and whatnot. And I looked it up and there's actually 4 different levels of fasting, which I thought was interesting. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, you're going to 4 different phases. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I remember in my times when I was a little bit addicted to sugar. So I had times when I was addicted to sugar, chocolate and stuff like that. Then, the first phase when I got rid of the sugar, it was really terrible for me. Absolute first phase was really terrible for me. But anyway, yeah, I want to come back to what you said about fruits and vegetables and bridging the gap is I was always eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. I remember my mom told me when I was a kid, I was not much into sweets. I mean, when I was remember as a kid, there were no supermarkets in Austria, all these grocery stores, and you only had a little sweet. I never was into sweets that much. I always was into vegetables, meat and vegetables, fresh meat and vegetables. So this was not an issue for me, but I was always interested in healthy food, always. And I remember still when I was a kid and still now, when I get sick, I never took pharmaceuticals. I went to bed to get a lot of water, even though herbal tea or stuff, just water, sleeping. And I was eating several different kinds of fruits that are very healthy, that help you detox and getting rid of the detox in your body. Because I strongly believe that your body can heal yourself when you give him the time. And what your body needs to heal is time, sleep, relaxing, water, and healthy nutrition. Fresh, raw fruits and vegetables. That's working.
Roland, what do you have to say to people? I've heard this before, and I'm embarrassed to say that I actually have said this myself as well years ago. Oh, I only need 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I can do this, this, and this. I don't need a lot of sleep. Why do we have to have more sleep than what we might think?
Good question. I also had a phase when I was building up my businesses. I was sleeping 3 or 4 hours, sometimes less. Sometimes I didn't sleep the whole night and working through. I was very proud of it to have the power that I don't need to sleep. But then I found out, no, that's not a good idea. Actually, I made many mistakes when I was young. I didn't sleep much. I was running like crazy and did different stuff. When you're young, you have the power. Yes, of course, it's no problem. But we're all getting older and we need sleep. The body needs time to relax, going down, bringing the system down, regenerate, building up new cells in your body. But it's also for your soul, for your mind, for your soul, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, to reconnect with your higher source. We need sleep. I mean, I think I'm not a sleeping expert, but years ago, I was in the Bahamas. I had a seminar. I was training a seminar very famous doctor, I don't remember the name right now, about sleeping and why you can sleep or why you don't can sleep. And he said 6 to 7 hours the minimum. So right now I sleep much more. I sleep 6, 7 hours. But what I do sleep is I always have a dark, very dark room. I close everything, shut down everything dark, cold, not icy cold, but not warm, not heated. And what I also try to do is the last half an hour before I go to sleep is not looking on my iPhone or my tablet or whatever. So no screening, well, I don't have a TV set, but no screening, meaning no tablet, no movies, cooking, looking, stuff like that. I'm reading a book, or I just meditate, something like that. So, and then I'm coming down. But sleeping is so important. I was the same when I was younger. I said, "Oh, I'm a strong body. I'm a man. I don't need much sleep." But I found out it's not good. We need to sleep. Yeah, of course. Sometimes you can do this and this, and your body can compensate it, of course. But it's not good. It's not good. On the long term, it's not good. We need to sleep. We need to relax.
Roland, just one more question about sleeping, then we'll move on. What about people who say, oh, I take a cat nap, I can get 15 minutes here and 20 minutes there, and they're getting 3 hours during the night? Do those cat naps really help establish a healthy lifestyle?
Well, when I've been living in Spain on this island, I always had a nap in the afternoon because it was so hot. You probably called it the siesta. I always had this 15, 20 minutes on the poolside. I always had this. Well, what I learned about sleeping is, I guess what is more important than a long sleep and with a lot of interruptions is that you have a good deep sleep. I don't know how you call this. A good deep sleep for at least 3 hours. When you can sleep without waking up, going for pee or whatever, when you don't move too much around, because we know when we are 6, 7 hours in bed, we don't sleep the whole time. We're deep. It's more important that you have a deep sleep, a good relaxation. I know there are some gadgets on the market. I don't use them, but I guess some companies selling cell phones have this watch where you can control your sleep. A friend of mine, Detlef, does it. Yeah, you can. But the point is, listen to your body. When you really feel good, it's okay for you. If you don't feel good, if you're exhausted, if you have any issues, maybe you need more sleep and give your body more time to recover. I guess everybody's different. But napping is always good. I do it sometimes, yeah.
Not during the show, though, right?
No. Not at all.
So, Roland, I know that recently you had an opportunity to visit someone who raises cattle. We actually introduced this person on the platform, and about healthy lifestyles, even for animals, because we are consuming animals. And so I know that we want to make sure what we're consuming is also healthy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, no shitstorm, but I'm not a vegan or vegetarian. I'm a meat eater and a carnivore. And to be honest, I was vegetarian for 4.5 years. I was strong, was a strict vegan for 9 months. So I tried different diets. I really tried them because I think you can only speak about something or write a book about something if you have your own experience. So I tried everything out. And I found out for me, the best is a meat diet. It's the best for me, for my blood, and for myself. I feel much, much better. So I'm eating a lot of meat, but I never ever buy meat from a supermarket from a mass production. You mentioned my friends in Spain. We had there on the show, so I have meat from them. Here where I'm standing right here now, last Tuesday, yes, I had the opportunity to meet a farmer. I was introduced to a farmer here. His cattle he's breeding black Angers. They are the whole year outside, so they're only eating grass. They don't eat any cereal, soya shit or stuff like that. Only it's grass-fed beef. It's organic outside. So I bought meat there. Actually, today I was cooking a huge pot of Viennese goulash, and tomorrow I will cook for my friends chili con carne with black Angers, grounded beef from black Angers. So I eat meat, yes, but only healthy stuff, no mass production. I know there's a lot of discussions from the vegetarians or vegans or climate change like this. Meat production is bad. Well, first of all, most of the figures are not correct, but secondly, I strongly believe when I buy my meat locally, like I do here from a local farm, organic, it's much better than eat any vegan stuff that is imported from, I don't know, coming from where, with a lot of processed artificial, like any artificial colorings, flavorings, whatever it is. So I am more the guy who eats real good meat, good potatoes, good vegetables, fresh fruits. And because I don't eat all the variety every day, I supplement with Juice Plus every day. That's what I'm doing. But it's also, as I said, it's also with the meat. Don't buy cheap supermarket meat. Please don't do it. Please don't. It's not good for the environment, of course. It's not good for the animals. It's harming them. Of course, we kill the other animals too, the grass-fed beef, but they have a much better life. And by the way, the farm I buy the meat, he slaughters or who shoots the animals on the ground. So he is not transporting them to a slaughterhouse where the animals get stressed. He shoots them on the farm outside in the grass, and so it's no stress for the animal at all. Of course, we kill them, yeah, but that's part of our life. But I always try to get full control of my food. I want to know where it's coming from.
So important. I really appreciate that. What kind of pushback do you get from people when you talk about a healthy lifestyle? And I'm just envisioning some things that I've heard from people. I don't have time. I have really good genes in my family, and I'm just going to roll the dice.
Well, happy you. Most people, actually, most people are very interested in a healthy lifestyle. I said, because my question is always when I meet somebody, are you interested in a healthy lifestyle? Yeah. And I say, of course. And then my second question is, when it's so important for you, what are you doing on a daily basis? When it's really important, when it's important for you, what are you doing on a daily basis? And then they have an apple a day or a banana, they work out a little bit or stuff like that. So, yeah, they do a little bit, but it's not enough. Yeah, most people are not doing enough. They're eating a little bit, doing a little bit, but it's not enough for a healthy lifestyle. We have this saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Yes, 100 years ago it was fine. But first of all, the apple you buy at the supermarket has not the same ingredients on phytonutrients, enzymes, vitamins, minerals, because it's harvested very green, because they have to transport it and to store it. It says not the same stuff in it, first of all. Secondly, our lifestyle, our life circumstances are different. I remember my grandmommy, they had a farm in the mountains in West Austria. And she was not eating that much fruits and vegetables because there was not much growing on the mountain. They had potatoes, they had coal, stuff like this, but they didn't have oranges or bananas at the time. Actually, I guess the first bananas came with the GIs after World War II. But anyway, but she did not smoke. She was always working outside. I remember my grandmom told me, you know what? When I was young, there was 1 or 2 cars passing by in a week at the house, not hundreds like here on the street every day, So the pollution was not so bad like today. The industrial pollution, the traffic and everything. The second thing is she didn't use any beauty products. Most of the beauty products have a lot of chemicals inside. They're very poisoned. Also, when all the stuff you need for cleaning the house, my grandma didn't use that. So there was less on pollution, less poison, less toxic stuff in her house and in her body. That's why she needed so much. But today, our demand is much higher because the pollution is incredible. In the outside, the traffic, especially when you live in a city, but also here. I'm here in a small village, hundreds of cars passing by every day. And yeah, and when I look at my auntie, when she's cleaning the house, my goodness, she's using chemicals like crazy. But she's now 83. I cannot change her anyway. And to be honest, when she's cooking, I don't eat the stuff. I say, Auntie, I'm sorry, I don't eat this. Because she's using stuff I don't want to have it in my system.
What a cool story. It's amazing. And I feel like there are a lot of role models out there, like what you're describing. You're also a role model for me. And now I hope I can be a role model for other people as well. So, Roland, what else do you want people to know about having a healthy lifestyle that they can start doing something right now, today?
Right now today, there's easy stuff. Drink as much water. I always drink water. I don't drink any sodas or sweet stuff. Water, no bubbles, just water from the tape. As I said before, I'm very happy that here in this area, just bring it from the tape. It's just, the water is just amazing here. I drink water. What I do, I love coffee. I'm coffee addicted. But I don't need coffee for the energy. I don't need coffee to push myself. I love just the taste and the smell. So when I get up in the morning, and everybody can do that, I drink 2 large glasses of water. First of all, I'm taking my Juice Plus capsules. You need a lot of water for that too. Secondly, I always in the morning, the first thing I do is drink water. So what I highly recommend is when you get up in the morning, the first two, you take a supplement or not, it's up to you, but I'll drink half a liter of water, 2 glasses of water in the morning. Give the body the water that it loses when you're sweating in the night. You're losing water. So water. You get the energy. You will feel it. You will feel it. You get the energy. I get the energy from the water, not from the coffee. And then I walk my dog. Second is go for a walk. Maybe it's only 10-15 minutes. Go for a walk outside if it's possible. When you live in a city, it's a little more difficult. Maybe you have a park around, but go for 10-15 minutes at least and walk and get up, get out of your bed, wash your face cold, drink a lot of water, and go for a walk outside. That's the first thing in the morning. Yeah, bring your system on. And then have your breakfast and your coffee. I have a coffee afterwards. Of course, I do have a coffee. But as I said, because I love the taste. It's not to give me energy or to boost me or that I don't fall asleep. I just love the taste. I'm not a breakfaster, to be honest, because I do intermittent fasting, 16 to 8. So I don't have breakfast. I have a lunch. As I said, I eat a lot of beef, grass-fed beef. So whenever you can eat healthy when you don't like beef or veggies, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, when you're vegetarian or vegan, please eat fresh vegetables. I don't know why the hell you're buying all this, I don't know, vegan sausages or vegan cheese. When you're vegan. Eat vegetables and not any artificial, bad-tasting cheese or sausage or whatever it is with a lot of shit inside. How many E numbers? One of my sons, actually my oldest son, he was working in a vegan supermarket, and one day he brought vegan cheese at home, and I tried it when it was terrible, by the way. But the ingredients, I was reading the list of ingredients, and how the hell can you eat this? This is artificial. It's nothing to do with nature. So when you're vegetarian or vegan, I'm fine with that. Please go with that, but eat fruits and vegetables, potatoes, whatever, and don't buy any sausage, cheese, or meat copy. It doesn't make sense to me at all. It's so poisonous, this stuff. When you read what's inside, and it's transported from all over the world, so it's not good for the environment too. So again, start in the morning with a glass of water before your coffee. Maybe you can have a walk 10-15 minutes in a park or even longer. I always say the best for the man's health is having a dog. You have to go out if it's raining or not. You go out. So that's what I like. And then maybe you find a sport that you really love. It's not about just running a marathon or working out like crazy, but do a little bit every day. And 10-15 minutes, maybe you work out at home. I mean, on YouTube, so for example, there's so many tutorials. Maybe you do yoga or Pilates or working with your own body weight or planking or whatever. It doesn't matter. Do something every day. 10-15 minutes, 10-15 minutes every day is much better than 2 hours on the weekend. So do it on a daily basis. And try to get a good sleep. Don't watch too much TV. Don't do too much gaming. Talk to other people. Talk more than texting. And yeah, and decide to live a happy life. It's about making a decision, being happy. Yeah,
I love everything sharing. What if a person decided to go down this route with a partner, with somebody who is going to do it with them, or maybe get a coach or somebody to keep them healthy? What are your thoughts about this?
I mean, that's a very good one. I remember when I was in hospital for 6 months, I had a very bad accident, and it was really hard for me to go back on training on a regular basis. It's good that you mentioned that, Jay. It's helpful to have a buddy, because we always had an appointment. We met every day at 6 in the morning at the gym. And to be honest, if my friend wouldn't have been waiting for me at 6 a.m., maybe sometimes I wouldn't go out of the bed and sleep longer. But I didn't want to wait, that he has to wait for me. So it's good, especially in the beginning, to motivate yourself. Find a body, what you're doing together, running or walking or cycling or swimming or going to gym, whatever it is. And because when you have an appointment with your friend, then you show, man, I guess it's a form of respect, and you show up. So for me, it was helpful, really helpful. Get motivated, do it, train together with the body. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's great. And you can even do it virtually with someone from a different part of the world. Maybe you could have a kind of a competition. What do you think? Hey, let's do this together and let's keep each other in check. And I'm here for you and you're here for me. And maybe we can even have joint goals together or form a team and get other people on the team with us so that we can have a healthy family team, for example.
Absolutely. I did this with one of my buddies, an old friend, actually from the Just Plus. I met him in the Just Plus business 7 years ago with Detlef. We always did this. We always are motivated ourselves, and we use it our tablet and do stuff like that. But also during the pandemic, we haven't been allowed to go to a gym and go out. So we did actually with friends of we did Zoom cooking. A Zoom call. We cooked together, and then we ate together in front of the screen. We worked out together. We did yoga together. Yeah, why not? There are so many options. It's just doing. It's about doing. When the why is strong enough, the how and the what is easy to find.
It's so true, Roland. Thank you very much. We have a couple of comments, by the way. Let me share them now. From Push Child Foundation Uganda, thanks for the show. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And then I believe this is a future guest who is also a friend of yours. How do you say her first name?
Hi, Birgit. My regards to Mallorca, on this beautiful island.
Hi, thanks for being here. She writes fantastic talk. So I look forward to meeting her here on this program as well.
Yes, we will see her next week. Actually, yeah. She's an amazing lady, and she's the reason. And the ex-husband is the reason why I moved to Mallorca 15 years ago. By the way, no, she's a role model. She's she looks amazing. She's healthy. She's fit. Absolutely. But by the way, when we talked about farm or get farmed, what a good option is, if you're interested in farming your own stuff and you're living in a city, just Google. There are so many options outside of the city that you can rent a small piece of land and farm, or for example, in Vienna outside, we have farms that for example, one of the farms, they're growing 10 different fruits, wedges in a line, 10 lines. And then you can rent 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, square, and then you have 2 for whatever you want on 10 different wedges that you can harvest yourself. So there are many options out there. It's a possibility. But when you want to grow your own stuff and you don't have a garden, what I highly recommend is a product by Just Plus. It's called Tower Garden. And you can grow your stuff on your terrace, on your balcony, or even inside with an amazing lighting system. It's just an amazing system. I have 2 of them. And you can grow your own fruits or veggies or herbs or salads, whatever you want, inside with a lighting system. It's easy to handle, and you have your own stuff. You grow your own stuff, and you have full control what you're growing and what you're eating.
Roland, I really am so excited about this journey that you and I are taking together, not only the show, but also me being a distributor for Juice Plus and being able to spread the good word. What is it that we want people to take away from this program and why we're doing this?
Well, first of all, depending on what religion you're believing in, but you have this life right now. Maybe you'll be coming back, and maybe you're not coming back on this planet, but you have. Let's focus on this on this life we have. We don't know how long it's lasting. My mom, she's in a residency. She's totally dementia. She even has no idea. I visited her last weekend because we had Mother's Day here. She has no idea who I am. But anyway, I brought her flowers and stuff like that. I want to get old, yes, but I want to be healthy. Mentally and physically healthy. That's my goal. I want to enjoy life every day. I said we all have challenges. Yeah, it's not always fun every day, but I want to enjoy life. And when it's challenging, I want to face this challenging, and I don't want to run away. I want to have the power to sort things out. And that's why I say, okay, I have to be healthy. I have to be healthy and being 100% fit so we can live life to the fullest. I love to travel. I love to know new cultures. I love to work on different projects and different something. I need the energy and the power to do that. And so many people always tell me, I'm so tired. Yeah, maybe you change something on your diet. I remember some months ago, I fell back in carbs. I'm not good in carbs, meaning bread, sugar, stuff like that, everything made of flour, cakes, biscuits, pasta, stuff like that. I love them, but when I eat too much of them, it's not good for my system. Yeah, I feel tired, fatigued. I wouldn't say depressed, but yeah, I don't feel good. So I said, oh, when I'm in this mood, I change my diet immediately, going back to my carnivore diet and stuff like that. So I really that's the point. The takeaway is if you want to have a healthy living, a healthy life, you have to work for it. It's there's no free lunch, you know. And there is no, to be honest, there is no super miracle pill. You take once a pill and then all the shit you have done the last 20, 40 years is gone. No, it's not. Even Choose Plus is not a miracle pill. It's power caps. Yeah, it's good, but it takes some time. To help you with the issues you have and to bring you in a good state and that you're healthy again and fit and you feel good. It's not a miracle pill too. It's just fruits and vegetables in a capsule. That's all about it. But do whatever you do. You know, I was young too, and you know, especially when you're young, people, yeah, I'm in power. You know, I'm a man. I'm in my 20s. I'm full of power. But we're getting older. And when I look at my friends in the same age, some of them, well, I wouldn't say friends, people I know from school or from kindergarten. Occasionally I meet them in my hometown, and I looked at them and I say, oh my gosh, they're the same age like me. How they look differently. They don't look healthy. They don't walk healthy. They don't move healthy. So the whole body posture is not good. And when I talk to them, that I don't know what they all take against high blood pressure, against high sugar. I don't know how many pharmaceutical cocktails to take every day to make their living, and that's not good. So I'm 100% free of pharmaceuticals. I go twice a year. I go to the dentist just to clean my teeth. That's all I do. I don't have any parodontoses and nothing. But it's not from my genes because my dad passed away. He was 85. A little bit dementia. My mom, she's now 81. She's totally dementia, and both have bad teeth, for example. Yeah, they haven't been role models for me. They didn't. My father didn't eat healthy at all. My mom was sugar addicted from the beginning, since I know her, and she had no idea about cooking. Maybe this was one thing, because my mom had no idea about cooking, that I started very early with my brother to cook our own stuff that we enjoyed. I don't know. Maybe that's one thing of that. No, ladies and gentlemen. Really, it's when you get sick, it's not because you have done something wrong the last minute, the last hour, the last week. It's everything together you have done the last 10, 12, 20, 15 years, whatever happened, when you get cancer or whatever. So do whatever can you to stay fit. And as I said before, drink a lot of water, especially in the morning before you have coffee. Go for walks, be outside, be in fresh air, sleep enough, get healthy food, and decide that you're a happy person.
I love everything you're sharing, Roland. We just have a little over 2 minutes left, and I want to bring up a point that I think is important because you already know this, and for people who don't, I have ulcerative colitis. I was diagnosed 33 years ago. I also have facial eczema. And to be honest with you and the audience, I am on pharmaceuticals for both of those. And I'm hoping that when I'm on the supplements for long enough, that maybe I won't have to be. But because I've had the diseases for so long, I don't want to take a chance and go off of them and then come out of remission. So anything you want to share with people who are on pharmaceuticals, do they just take them and throw them away and go into supplements?
No. Good that you mentioned, okay. No, not at all. If you have to take them because you have an issue, of course, take them. Of course, take them. When you start with supplementing, for example, when you will find out after a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, depending on what issue you have, that it's getting better. Then talk to your doctor if you can reduce your medication, not stop it, reduce it. Okay. Because I don't take them because I'm healthy, I don't take them at all. But if you have to take them, please don't stop it. Talk to your doctor. When you start with Choose Plus, it's not a replacement, okay, first of all. And secondly, the thing, what I know is that sometimes, okay, people have to take pharmaceuticals, but the point is when you're taking more than 2, making 3 or 4 or 5 different, we don't know from scientists. We know We have no idea what's going on in your body. We don't know how they're interacting all together. Because when you buy a pharmaceutical, you have these packages, you have the side effects for this product. But when you take the second one and the third one, there is no study how this different products for your heart, for your skin, whatever you're taking, are interacting together. This is really dangerous. But of course, you have to take what you really have, what you absolutely need. But I know that the Americans take too much stuff for everything. Sometimes when you have headache, maybe you don't drink too much. Maybe you have to drink much more water, not wine or whiskey, water. We always don't think, I very often hear people, I have headache. I said, how much water are you drinking? Just increase your water intake. Maybe your headache is I've never had headache. Maybe your headache is gone or stuff like that. So try it before. Of course, when you have an issue and you have a medication, take it. No doubt on that. But when something arises, like a headache or stuff like that, maybe change for your lifestyle first before you run to the doctor. That's my advice.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you, Roland. On the other end, as Americans, if one's good, then 2 or 3 has to be great. So even though there's a recommended number of capsules that you're supposed to take, we just say, hey, I'm going to double this, because if I take double, I'm going to feel even better.
Well, you can do this with supplementation, but not with pharmaceuticals at all. No, never ever, It's too toxic. No, it's too toxic, Absolutely. But with just plus, of course, I take, especially the omegas. Actually, on the 5th of June, we have a very nice doctor. I've been working together with him almost 7 years now. And he recommended with Roland Just Plus, an amazing product, but his advice is double and triple your omega intake. It's so important for your brain, of course, and secondly for anti-inflammation and for your heart. So I'm dribbling omegas every day, and I'm doubling the berries every day, because the berries, especially the berries, are for your blood circulation system. And when you're getting older, it's good to have this. And what I also found out with the berries is when I try a new sport or new movement, my muscles don't get sour anymore. I remember I started hiking again in the mountains here in Austria last Tuesday and the Friday before, and it was challenging. 6 hours up. It was really challenging. And I was walking with all the men here from the village. He asked me to come with him. It was a challenging tour. My dog wasn't down afterwards, me too. But my muscles haven't been sour at all. I had no issues. And I took, before the tour, a double intake of the berries. And when I came home, before I went to bed, I took a double intake of the berries too.
Roland, I really appreciate that. And I know we're going to be closing out, but I do have a final question, because I think this is really important. Does it matter about your weight and your height about the amount of supplements that you should take? So in other words, if it says 2 capsules, is that for a 120-pound woman and a 250-pound man? I mean, does that matter?
Okay, so the recommendation that's on the box on the box is taking 2 of each. This is for a normal person, meaning when you have a lot of stress, when you are a smoker, when you do a lot of sports, when you're taking pharmaceuticals because you have to, and so on and so on, or when you're traveling a lot. When I was traveling a lot, flying across the globe, working for my clients, you have a high intake on radiation on the airplane. I was always doubling. So the 2 is for normal, more or less healthy person. Yeah. But when you start with the Just Plus, what I can tell you, it doesn't make sense to start with double or triple in the beginning. It doesn't make sense. It's wasted money. Your body has to get used to it. So start with the normal intake, take the water for 2-3 weeks, and then try it. Maybe double the berries or double the omegas, and do it for 1-2 weeks and find, is it better? Yes or no? So slowly adapting. Yeah, you can double, you can triple Just Plus. It's whatever you want. I know persons who have 10 times the dose every day because they're athletes and they're running, this cycle race across America, stuff like that. People like to stuff like that. Of course, they have a higher intake. Or when you have a lot of medication and they're really sick. Or friends of mine, she went through a chemotherapy. And chemotherapy is not fun, It's not fun. It's really very exhausting for your body. She took I guess 20 capsules of each every day she tried to swallow, and it really helped her. She had less warming, how you call it, warming. She felt much better through the chemotherapy time. So it makes sense to double, triple, or even take more, of course, but not from the first day. The body had to adopt it.
Excellent. That makes perfect sense. And just a final comment. I keep saying this is final, that's final, and then I keep adding something else. But when I first started on Juice Plus, I shared with you that I was already taking some supplements, one of which was vitamin C, and they were 500 milligram tablets, and I was taking 4 of them, and I thought, wow, I really like these. I don't know if I want to stop. And then I looked and saw how much sugar was in there. No wonder I liked it, Roland. It was like eating candy. So I think that that's really important, that people have to look at the sugar content on whatever it is they're taking. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and you know, and Juice Plus is absolutely sugar free. Even there is fruits in. It's absolutely, they put the whole sugar out. So especially for people who are suffering from diabetes, you can take Juice Plus. You can benefit from the ingredients from fruits, vegetables, and berries without the sugar. That's one of the benefits. But you know, a lot of supplements you buy in the pharmaceutical store, in the supermarket, there's a lot of shit like sugar, like carbohydrate. There's a lot of fillers in. A lot of fillers in. And the point is, you know, one last comment from my side is sometimes I hear people, yeah, take this and this, and it's helping me. I feel much better. The point is, when you take any supplement in the beginning and you dose it on a high dose, of course you feel better. But what is happening, it's not good in your cells. What it's happening is your body tries to get rid of this toxic shit. Sorry for that. Of this artificial stuff, sugar stuff. The body wants to get rid of it. So what it does, it boosts your metabolism to get rid of it. And this boost of your metabolism makes you feel better. But after, when you stop it, you fall down again. So it's not a middle long-term working. It works on the you feel better on the short term because your metabolism is pushed up to get rid of these toxic ingredients. That's what's going on.
Roland, it's been a fascinating show with you as always. I'm constantly learning something new, and it's just so exciting. So thank you again for being here today and every week as we go forth with this show. What would you like to leave our audience with if they'd like to be a guest on this program?
Of course, when you also can join us on the show. I mean, you can write us comments. But if you have live a healthy lifestyle, or maybe you started living a healthy lifestyle, maybe you had a change for whatever reason, let us know on the show. It's always interesting. And let us know what you are doing to stay fit and healthy as long as possible. Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. And it's so easy to do that. If you want to book in on our show, just go to our website, which is usaglobaltv.com. Go to book your session. We currently are offering 37 live broadcasts each week. So if you'd like to book in, we'd like to support you and your work wherever it is you are in the world. Some people have been emailing me directly asking for permission. You do not need permission. We want to hear your story. So go ahead and book in. Roland, thank you so much. We have a couple of follow-up comments. Let's take a look. Looking forward to speak next week. Fantastic. And then also thanks, Roland.
Thanks, Birgit. Looking forward to hear you next week and your story.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, everyone, we're signing off. We're coming back right after this with the Mallorca Connection, which, by the way, have you ever thought of renaming that now that you're not on Mallorca?
Let's think about it. Well, the topic of the Mallorca Connection is... What is the topic?
I think it's working out on the road.
Working out and staying fit. Yeah, getting results. Yeah. So if you're interested in working out and getting results, even on the road like myself, tune in 10 minutes on the Mallorca Show.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Roland.
Bye.
Bye.